The key to success, regardless of what stage of a journey a person may be in, is really about preparation. You've got to begin thinking today about the challenges you are going to face and encounter in the days, weeks, months, years, and decades ahead. And for justice impacted people, sometimes that's really hard to put into perspective because you come into the system and the first thing you need to do is rely on a defense attorney who's going to navigate the judicial process. And I hope that you have a trusted defense attorney to guide you. But you have to be doing your own work as well and figuring out how can you prepare. And it's super important to prepare every day. My name is Michael Santos. I am the founder of Prison Professors, and every day we create new content to help justice impacted people recognize what steps can you take to begin sowing seeds for the outcome that you want. And those of you who have gone through our courses, if you're in a jail or a prison and you've had access to our courses already, you know that I align myself with people like Frederick Douglass, Nelson Mandela, Socrates, people who have faced a crisis, whether of their own making or external circumstances, and didn't complain about it, and didn't focus on outside influences, but instead focused on how they could reach their highest potential, how they could become or recalibrate and become a leading citizen, a person that is always striving to make the world better. And that's why I'm always producing this content, because I always will say, I'll never ask somebody to do anything that I didn't do while going through 26 years in prison. And we're going to focus on that today because I want you to be thinking about the challenges you're going to face in the future and what plans are you creating to help you overcome them, regardless if you're getting ready for sentencing, getting ready for prison, getting ready for advocacy, to qualify for campaigns that we're advocating for so that you can get the best possible outcome. It's all up to you, and it begins with your preparations. If you don't prepare, you face challenges, as you'll hear in two examples from today's journal entry. And today is August the 2nd, 2023. I've titled this one Lucy Lawless, and we'll explain why. So we're delighted that one of the largest criminal justice agencies in the United States ordered more than $100,000 worth of our books in July. Thousands of people will now have access to those resources, and they'll use them to prepare for success. For more than 6 weeks, the Bureau of Prisons has featured our work on the homepage of the agency's website. Besides the BOP, we continue to expand relationships with state prison systems across the nation. Later this month, we'll travel to Philadelphia to attend the American Correctional Association's conference. I look forward to interacting with directors, wardens, and reentry coordinators. We're grateful for every opportunity to help more people in jails and prisons prepare for success. Earlier this morning, a person in prison sent us the following message. Thank you for sending the newsletter. I wanted to respond sooner, but I had no money in my account. When I got paid, I needed to order hygiene supplies. I am 58, and I've been in prison 11 times. I don't want to return and would like to have more of your books. They help me learn. I don't want to go back to my old behaviors. Please send me the books in your newsletter because I cannot afford to buy them. It's a person in federal prison. Well, our nonprofit will honor that request and order those books today. We are committed to helping people who want to help themselves. We know that our nation confines more than 1 million people. They need resources. By executing our plan, we can provide those resources to people in need, regardless of their ability to pay. Ideally, we strive to teach people how to teach themselves. Since the COVID pandemic, we have invested more than $1 million to build our digital products business. This business distributes books and courses across the nation. With an insatiable demand, we anticipate our business will grow to generate more than $10 million in annual revenues. To show our commitment to teaching people how to teach themselves, we donate at least 10% of those revenues to fund our nonprofit's mission. As anyone can see through our new platform, Prison Professors Talent, we expect to contribute more than $300,000 worth of goods and services to our nonprofit in 2023. Through the books and courses we create, we reach more than 300,000 justice-impacted people. We will triple that number within 2 years to reach more than 1 million people. If we can help more justice-impacted people prepare for success, we can reduce recidivism rates and help them emerge with their dignity intact. Our platform will also bolster our advocacy, helping us show others the value of incentivizing excellence. We are continuing to build a case for federal work release programs, expanded use of home confinement, meaningful access to release mechanisms for people who earn freedom. Building opportunities to prosper requires early preparation. If people do not prepare, they become vulnerable to bad decisions. They leave prison with little in the way of resources. They struggle to land on their feet. And if they can't make it, many people feel emasculated. They begin to lie and cheat and revert to the same type of crime that led to their imprisonment in the first place. Take the case of Sam. Sam reached out to us after authorities released him for his second fraud conviction. We opened an opportunity for him to earn an income. He lost his way and reverted to the same type of lies and deceptions that led him to prison in the first place. Customers complained. Since he would not comply with our policies, we removed Sam from our firm. Rather than go on to build a career that would support his family, Sam struggles. He writes under pseudonyms to mask his identity, continuing his pattern of fraud and deception. Recently, he has adopted the name of John Eastman and Lucy Lawless. Sam cannot succeed because he did not prepare to succeed, as evidenced by the many complaints we received. Now, our courses teach people how to use time inside to build lives of meaning, relevance, and dignity. Imprisonment may block people from launching businesses while they serve their sentence, but they can always sow seeds for a better outcome. As we teach in our course, Preparing for Success After Prison, people can always work to build a more robust vocabulary, develop writing skills, learn to read more effectively and deliberately, write a comprehensive release plan, improve critical thinking, become a self-directed learner, work on tools, tactics, and resources that will accelerate success. I never ask anyone to do anything that I am not doing. Although our for-profit companies are growing, I remain passionate about helping justice-impacted people prepare for success. To prepare for success, a person should commit to transparency and live a values-based, goal-oriented life with integrity and dignity intact. And so, I will turn to some of the references that I made in this today's Daily Journal, because people should see, right? You should see what is possible if you are working to prepare. There's the Bureau of Prison's homepage of the website, right? That's what I was talking about a few seconds ago when I say I'm a person that served 26 years in prison, but since June the 20th, and today is August the 3rd or the 2nd, the Bureau of Prisons has featured us on the homepage of its website. How does that happen? How does that happen where we get an opportunity to go out and reach people across the nation? I can tell you it's because of planning. It's because you have to sow seeds for success. And those seeds that you sow are going to grow into the help you succeed as you've defined success. I define success as trying to help as many justice-impacted people as I possibly can, reaching millions of people across the nation. To do that, to partner with people, I've got to teach people how to teach themselves. It's part of a coherent strategy. And then you build this record of excellence, of contribution, and then people trust in you. It's how you build trust. But if you live this life of deception and fraud, you end up with challenges, like that poor fellow who said that he'd been in prison 11 times and he's 58 and he's struggling to even buy basic hygiene supplies in prison. Or you could take the case of Sam, and look, you could just see all what he's doing now by just a Google search of his name. And you'll see that it's still a pattern of fraud and deception. He writes here, if you are looking to learn more about Sam's story, you are in the right place. Read on to learn more. My name is Sam, and I'm pleased to reveal the backstory. Well, he's not really revealing the backstory. The full backstory you could see right here. If you look at this section right here, deceptions and deceit. And you could see the many people who wrote about how Sam deceived him. And we published this because of our commitment to transparency, because of our commitment to be honorable and to work with integrity and to help people reach their highest potential. We cannot stand by when somebody is fraudulently misrepresenting what they can or can't do. And so it's really something that every person, every justice impacted person should be thinking about. How are you going to sow seeds for success? Because if you start this pattern of fraud and deception and lies, or you fail to prepare well, there are many challenges that await people. There are challenges with employment, as Sam experienced. He couldn't get a job. Or as that other fella experienced, who said he's been in prison 11 times and couldn't make it. And now he's 58 and is figuring out, how am I going to make it, right? It's about sowing seeds for success. You could face challenges not only with the employment market, but also with case managers, with probation officers, with law enforcement. You could face challenges building a career, raising capital, and our nation is filled with homeless camps. Many of those homeless camp people are individuals who have not made it in life, who have not been able to succeed. They were in prison once where they were getting food and clothing and so on, and now they're out. They can't make it in society. Our job is to help as many people as possible prepare for success. And so we profile success like Socrates and Nelson Mandela and Frederick Douglass and leaders like Bill Gates and Steve Jobs and Jack Welch, people that helped me grow while I was going through 26 years in prison. And those lessons led to me developing relationships with business leaders and with law enforcement, and allowed me to build businesses that have generated well over $10 million in revenue since I've come out of prison, allowed me to provide jobs and further this ministry of trying to change the system. But you have to be thinking about changing yourself. And you have to be thinking about, how are you going to demonstrate you are more than your past decisions? You don't have to hide behind pseudonyms like John Eastman or Lucy Lawless, or masquerade as if you're something that you're not. Focus on success. That is the pathway that leaders taught me, and it helped me get through 26 years in prison. I have a duty and a responsibility to share that with other justice-impacted people, regardless of what stage of the journey they're in, whether they're coming into the system and contemplating, how am I going to deal with a criminal charge, whether they are already in the system and have to be thinking about, okay, how am I going to recalibrate? Too many people are only thinking about, how do I get out? But that's not the pattern of success. The pattern of success is to recognize we have to live in the world as it exists, not as we want it to be. And we need to develop our tools, tactics, and resources that will help us succeed in meaningful, measurable ways. I would never ask anybody to do anything that I didn't do, and we give away all of this content at Prison Professors. At Prison Professors Talent, we show you, how do you memorialize your pathway to success. Every day you are making a decision. You are showing your ability to use critical thinking. We encourage you to think about success and preparing for success. We will do our part by working to develop relationships with some of America's leading businesses so that our nonprofit can grow and provide resources without charge to justice-impacted people. But our own business will also show by donating our resources that I don't have to do. I'm done with the criminal justice system. I did 26 years in prison, but I'm deeply committed to this ministry of helping justice-impacted people reach their highest potential. And that's why I'm reaching out to you today. If you are in a jail or a prison today, this is the day where you could start saying, I am sowing seeds for success. I am sowing seeds to build a life of meaning and relevance and dignity. And if you do that, opportunities will open. You can start opening those opportunities right now. And if you want to learn more, make sure that you're participating in our courses, Preparing for Success After Prison, because they show you the step-by-step guide, which I could really give you in 10 simple steps. Again, you've got to define success. You've got to make sure that you align goals, specific goals that align with how you define success. You got to move forward with the right attitude. That's 100% commitment to success. You got to make sure that you're aspiring to something more. You've got to make sure that you're taking action every day. You've got to make sure that you're holding yourself accountable and measuring your progress. You've got to make sure that you're keeping your head in the game, staying aware of opportunities that you can either create or seize. The opportunities that I opened in prison were available to everybody else, anybody. 8, you've got to be authentic. Develop your tools, tactics, and resources that will demonstrate your mastery of overcoming a crisis. 9, you've got to celebrate every achievement. And 10, you've got to live in gratitude, grateful for the opportunities and the blessings that have opened for you. I would never ask you to do anything I didn't do. You could visit our pages at prisonprofessors.com for free information. You could look at Prison Professors Talent and see the daily journals that I publish and show you it's a daily commitment. And I will continue that commitment because I am committed to helping as many people as I can get the best possible outcome. My name is Michael Santos. I am the founder of Prison Professors, and I believe in you.